Well, hi, everybody. Paul M. Neuberger coming at you here, the host of YG One-on-One on YG TV. We're in for a very special treat today because this is going to be an enlightening conversation on ESOPs with my good friend, Tim Stewart. Tim Stewart is a partner with DeWitt Law Firm. Tim, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you, Paul. Good to be here.
Absolutely. So I'm very excited to have this conversation because I can barely spell ESOP. So I know we're going to learn a lot from you here.
By the time we're done, you'll be able to spell it, no problem.
Okay, good to know. So no pressure or anything.
No.
But to really kind of get us going here, I would really like some more information on why would a business owner want to consider selling their business to their employees using the ESOP vehicle?
So there's several reasons, and the order of which depends on sort of what the goals of the employer, what the business owner has for goals. But let's start with the number one reason, which is what I call the two L's, loyalty and legacy. So there is no better option if you're a business owner who cares about the legacy of the business. There's no better option in succession planning than using an ESOP. The other L is for loyalty, and that's loyalty to employees, because generally speaking, in these transactions, everybody wins, including the business owner, the employees. And so the employees are a big factor. If they're a big factor to a business owner in their decision making, they can be loyal to those employees by doing an ESOP. Another reason is the tax consequences of doing an ESOP. So one thing I hear over and over again from business owners is how their silent partner, the state and federal government, is always reaching into their pocket and grabbing part of their profits, right? That's sort of one of those universal truths, death and taxes, right? But in an ESOP company, 100% ESOP company, all the profits are tax-free. In federal tax-free, and in most states, including Wisconsin, state tax-free. So you can actually take your business, and if it's a profitable business, turn it into a super profitable business by eliminating taxes from your profits. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty good. And when we start talking about the government being a silent partner, I would assume that's a silent partner that nobody wants to have. So when you talk about cutting the government out of your business, that sounds good, but what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, so it really comes down to how S corps work and what an ESOP is. So if you are an S corporation, all of the profits tax-wise flow through to the owner. And so if you're an owner in an S corp right now, all the profits flow through to you and you pay taxes on that. But an ESOP stands for Employee Stock Ownership Plan, is a qualified retirement plan. And if the ESOP owns 100% of the stock of the S corp, an ESOP as a qualified retirement plan is a tax-exempt entity. So the taxes flow through to a tax-exempt entity. Therefore, after the transaction, after you sell to an ESOP, assuming you do a 100% transaction and assuming you're an S corp, all of your profits thereafter are tax-free.
Got it. Well, I will not be accused here at Young Guns of being the brightest bulb in the box, but even I am following along with this so far.
Good.
So I think you're doing a great job of explaining this just to make sure that I've got this 100% correct. So if I establish an ESOP and I sell 100% of my stock into that, so now the company's profits are now totally tax-free, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I guess my follow-up question for that would be, how does that help me if I don't even own the company anymore?
Great question. So that gets into how are these transactions financed? So most people understand the idea of selling your business to a third party. That third party brings their own financing, whether it's a private equity firm or a bank. They come in, they pay you, they write you a check for your business, you walk away. Maybe you stay on. Either way, you walk away. You've got money from the transaction, right? That's not how an ESOP transaction works. The company itself has to finance the transaction, which means you as the selling business owner have to figure out, well, where's the cash going to come from, either at the closing of the transaction or in the future. Usually what happens is the company borrows a certain amount from the bank to pay to you as the selling shareholder. Let's say that's 30% of the value of your business. In a $10 million business, maybe that's $3 million that you get at close. Well, what about the other $7 million? Well, that gets paid to you in what's called a promissory note, which is like an IOU, at a rate of interest that's currently in the 5 to 7% range. So the company owes you this money now, but the company also is no longer paying taxes. So the money that was going to your the business's silent partner can now be used to pay down the debt to you and to the bank.
Okay, no, and that makes a lot of sense. So one of the things that you said in the onset of this conversation that really kind of stuck with me is two words: legacy and loyalty. And I think those words really resonate with a lot of people, in particular the folks that watch my program, YG One-on-One. So with that being said, why is it that a business owner who cares about his or her legacy of their business is often such a good fit for an ESOP program?
It's a great question, and it comes down to what the options are for a business owner in selling their company, because everything needs to be viewed in context. Every option should be viewed in context of what the other options are. If you sell your business to, let's say you have a competitor who is looking to buy your business. That competitor may be interested in your business for a lot of the traits. Let me back up. That competitor may be interested in your business, but not interested in your people. And so so that could be a bad move. It could be a good move for you, the selling shareholder, but a bad move for the employees. There are other sorts of business succession planning alternatives that are like that, where you don't necessarily guarantee anything with respect to the employee's continuity of employment. With an ESOP, the business continues on just as it was, except sort of supercharged because it's not paying taxes anymore. But the employees, including management, stay on and continue to run the business. And the name on the door doesn't change. Now, you may put employee-owned underneath it after you sell, but it's still the same business, and it's still usually the same name. So family businesses where the name of the business means something to them, great fit for ESOPs because it will stay the same.
So based on what you said there, and that's a very good detailed answer, which I appreciate, based on those remarks, what does it mean for a business owner who would like to continue to lead their company even after selling their stock to the ESOP?
Yeah. A business owner who wants to continue on is a great fit for an ESOP because not only do they get to basically write their own ticket as far as how long they want to stay on, but they also get to participate in the ESOP as an employee. So yeah, they just sold their company, but they also get to participate in the ESOP and get more stock allocated to them after the transaction, just like all the other employees do. So it is a great option for someone who wants to stay on and control their own exit over time.
Well, I'll tell you, Tim, this makes an awful lot of sense. Thank you for sharing your words of wisdom for us. I mean, at least with the Young Guns audience, we've got a lot of individuals that are business owners, that are entrepreneurs, and this is great information to have. I appreciate you being a resource for us as well as our audience.
Thank you.
So you heard it here from Tim Stewart, the man, the myth, the legend, only here on Young Guns Television. Just as a couple of quick call to actions, if you want more great content like this, feel free to subscribe to YG TV. It's totally free. Why the heck would you not do that? And you can see more interviews featuring myself, Paul M. Neuberger, on my program, YG One-on-One, as well as several of my associates. And then also, don't forget, you're going to see more of Tim and the DeWitt organization because in March, we're going to be hosting our Legacy and Loyalty Networking event sponsored by DeWitt Law Firm. You will not want to miss that. On behalf of all of us here at Young Guns Television, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.